Michael Bublé on your hometown station, KHTS 98.1 FM, AM 1220. It is Tori. What? Tori, yeah. I'm usually here in the morning. I can't believe I'm still here at 1:30 in the afternoon. However, I am having a blast. And here's why we're here. It is a special occasion. We are honored and privileged to be able to interview the nominees for Santa Clarita Valley Man and Woman of the Year 2019 and having a very good time, being inspired by some of the work these people do. It's pretty awesome. So that being said, welcome to KHTS. Glenn Terry is in studio right now from Rotary Club of Santa Clarita. Welcome, Glenn.
Good afternoon, Santa Clarita.
There you go. Yeah, we're almost doing a shout out, man.
There it is.
Tom Cole is not with you today, but he is your nominator. He thought that Glenn Terry did such an amazing job at Rotary Club of Santa Clarita. He said he's the guy who has to be Man of the Year 2019. Why do you suppose that is?
That's a great question.
Should we get him on?
I've been trying to track him down to find out what exactly he was thinking. So, but yeah, no, it's one, it's an honor. Mm-hmm. It is such a distinguished, I guess, in a sense of being nominated as Man of the Year, and for being in the lineup as some of those folks that I've heard, all the special things that they do, and definitely being recognized from the Rotary Club is definitely something that is definitely something that I feel like is deserved. I mean, I have put some long-term effort and things into projects and stuff, and I think Tom is kind of recognizing that is what he's doing. So.
What drew you to Rotary?
Wow. Well, there's multiple things. I tried to reduplicate something that I thought I can do by myself. Number one, which is organizing other businesses to do the giving back, and found out that was a heck of a lot more harder than just joining a club that's already been established. And didn't know a lot about Rotary, so I was invited by a friend of mine that had a business out here, and it was just already built. I mean, the club has been there for over 50 years, about 50 years now, and actually the Rotary has been around for over 100 years, and found out that they have a huge impact over the world, and I didn't have to really invent anything. It's just simply just go to work, and that was my passion. How
long have you said that Rotary's been here 50 years. How long have you been here in the Santa Clarita Valley?
Well, I've been out here since 1980, and our club has been here for 50 years. But Rotary's been involved for over close to 100 years or more on that. But our club has been established for quite a long time.
And you've been with it for how long?
Going on, what is this, about 5 years? Yeah, about 5 years now.
What do you think is your greatest accomplishment with Rotary Club? Anything stick out?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's the first year I joined. I really had the passion to start figuring out what Rotary is about. So I went on this humanitarian trip to Guatemala, and it was really impactful. It's kind of one of those moments that you just buy into the dream a little bit, but it was more than that. It was about getting dirty in the trenches, working with the kids in the schools and painting the schools. We went to a manufacturing plant for wheelchairs, and all the employees were in wheelchairs. And this is in Guatemala, where they distribute wheelchairs for kids. So having the firsthand of being in the trenches, kind of seeing where the money goes, but also working side by side with those folks in areas that are, definitely, deserving of a lot more. And it really kind of touches you in ways that I guess I just wasn't grown up that way. So
why do you suppose this became so near and dear to your heart, this form of giving back?
Well, I think it goes back to the roots of my family. It's always been something that my grandparents, my mom, my aunt, when I moved here in 1980, I moved in and lived with my aunt and uncle. And my aunt was a very giving and serving person through the community, as well as to the communities in the valley. It was something that my mom did always too. When I was younger, we would actually do a lot for folks that were in need and stuff. So I think there was definitely a root that
She grew up like this.
It was part of what we did. Mm-hmm. And I think I just kind of made it a little bit bigger and went more universal with it. So,
what would you say, Glenn, to someone listening to you right now, wanting to get involved with a nonprofit, maybe Rotary? What would you say to them? How to get involved? Why to get involved? What would you say?
Well, I would say, one, if the spark is ignited, as soon as you think it, do it. Don't wait. because you can just keep saying, I'm going to do it, and you just never get around to it. So I think giving has to come from, it's not so much eternalized, but you just have to do it. It's being human. It's about how you are as a person, if it's giving in a form of other human people or humanitarian giving back, or if it's nature, or if it's animals, whatever your go-to is in the sense of what you're trying to do, your passion. Number one is don't wait, just do it.
What would you say to the person who said, and this is valid, I'm not putting this argument down, but what happens to the person who said, you know what, my day is so full, I can't give that much time to volunteer work, but I want to help in some way. What would you say to them?
Well, without going into a long, batted story, I would say I'd be happy to sit down and explain my calendar. My calendar is very full. I have a son that's Special Olympics, special needs, epilepsy, Sturge-Weber syndrome, full-time in the sense of taking care of him. Pretty much, for the most part, single parenting, as well as my younger daughter, who is also very active in the sports and the community. I work full-time for LBW Insurance. I run an insurance part of my division in the commercial and personal lines, and have lots of clients that I've built over the years in my own agency from Terry Insurance, sold that practice to LBW. I'm part of probably 3 or 4 different organizations that I'm always involved with.
How did you even find time to come here today?
They can do that.
How did you even find time to come here today? That's an amazing story and very inspirational, Glenn. So basically, kind of just have to find the time to give back.
Yeah, it just goes back to that. Just do it.
Just do it.
There's just no excuse for not doing stuff that you should be giving back. If it's through your churches or communities or schools, whatever you might find, you just gotta not say that you're going to do it. Just go and do it.
Just go and
whatever
do it.
It might be. So, but there's a passion that has to go behind it, because it can definitely be overwhelming and time consuming. And but I think looking at the positives of what it does and the returns from it. So.
Glenn, I learned a lot. Glenn Terry, being honored by the Rotary Club of Santa Clarita, Man of the Year, SCV Man of the Year nominee 2019. And the big party comes up May 3rd, 6 p.m. at Hyatt Valencia. Most important question, you got your suit ready? Are you all set? What's going on?
Yeah, I should say yes, I do, but I'm going to probably relook and organize myself a little bit better here. So, let's say yes, I have my suit ready.
You're ready to go. You're ready to go. Well, congratulations on the nomination. Thank you so much for all the enlightenment and the encouragement. We appreciate that. Thanks, Glenn Terry from Rotary Club of Santa Clarita.
KHTS.